Hello, everybody. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. And if you guys are looking for undervalued investment opportunities, click subscribe. I'm here for you. You can leave questions, comments in the comment section. I go through them, I read them, and sometimes I do videos so everybody gets my response to them. Today, we're going to do some technical analysis. Diversified mining companies. This is where I hold a lot of my money. This is where I get dividends. I can use those dividends to invest in other companies if I want to. And I think these are very good bets for a commodity bull market because they are diversified by nature. They mine a lot of different materials and minerals. Some of them are even in uranium, like I know Rio Tinto has been, BHP has been, and we're going to go over those companies. So these are the diversified mining companies. And these are what I call charting the big boys. These are the big boys. They're larger market caps. They're not going to go up as much as some of the smaller caps, depending. Let me talk about that really quick. They may not go up as much as some of the small caps, but a lot of the small caps may not go up at all, if that makes sense. So these will move with the commodity boom. They are going to move. They are producers. They produce a bunch of different minerals. Some of them are related into uranium. They've got a whole bunch of diversified mix. Some are in energy, some are in coal, some are in copper, nickel. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Zinc. And these will return very well. They may not return as well as some of these small caps that may return better. A lot of them might not. So these are lower risk, very high rewards, very good dividends. These are the ones I like. These will go up with the commodity boom. And I'm going to show you these chart patterns. They look phenomenal, at least from a long-term perspective. So let's jump in. Let's chart these out, and I'll give you my opinion. Again, this is not financial. This is only financial education. I can't give you guys advice. It's not meant to be. It's meant to give you guys more time and more sectors and companies to research for yourself. That's why I'm doing this. And you get a little bit of charting analysis where you can learn how to chart. So here's Rio Tinto. We're moving on up. We're in this upward channel, and we bounced off the bottom channel there. So that looks pretty good. On a long-term perspective, we zoom out. Rio Tinto looks absolutely fantastic. You draw this line in here. This was the last bull market in commodities. It ended. We had a real estate crash. This crashes on out because it's deflationary. We're coming on up. We created this pattern here. We hit up on this resistance line. We played with the resistance line a little bit, and then we just took off. This is a reverse head and shoulders. So it's a shoulder, head, shoulder, and then it pops higher. We're moving on up. So this looks fantastic. We got the 50-day over the 200-day. They're both turning up. I think we're going to see a big, large commodity bull market, and Rio Tinto is going to do very well. Here's Vale. Vale is another diversified mining company. They have lots of iron ore. They have lots of nickel. They have a bunch of different things that they produce. Short term, looks like we broke to the upside of this kind of pattern here. We broke to the upside. We're kind of coming back. They usually do that. They break up, they come back, or they back test, and then we're heading up higher again. We broke this kind of downtrend. So that one's looking good. Long-term perspective, Vale, killing it. Cheetah mode, Cheetah Chris, Cheetah Luda, whatever. Ludicrous with Cheetah mixed in, so it's ludicrous. Well, it is Cheetah. Cheetah Chris, yeah. Coming on down, we hit our head on this downward trend line, and we broke through it. And now we're heading higher. And this is exactly what we want to see. We're in a new commodity bull market. We're going to be breaking very large downtrend patterns, very large chart patterns, and that's exactly what Vale did. So what did I do? I bought it. Well, actually, I bought it multiple times. If you draw a trend line down here, I bought it actually like in here, and then I bought it again up here. So I bought a lot of it too. So I own a lot of VALE. Here's BHP Group, another one that I like. We got that channel going. We bounced off the bottom channel. We're coming on up. I bet you this channel line's going to hold. We'll probably continue in this uptrend. Big long-term perspective on BHP. Again, this is huge cheetah mode. Line going across, resistance. reverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, break to the upside, and we're moving. We've got that launching pad of a shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. We're just doing the shoulder, head, shoulder. We've got like 3 shoulder, head, shoulders in this. We've got the massive one that's here with the head and then the other shoulder. It's kind of mutated a little bit, but this thing could move. I don't know. You project this forward from here. It's probably like way up here somewhere. I don't even know, but it's way above where we're at today. South 32, we're at the bottom of the trend line channel. We're all consolidating, bunching up at the bottom, and we popped higher. I think this is going to go higher. We've got nice, good volume kicking in here, looking fantastic. Here's South 32 on a big long-term perspective. I drew it at its all-time high, and we're going to come up and test that all-time high and see what we can do there. Shoulder, head, maybe a shoulder, I don't know, something. Looking for patterns. Norilsk nickel. Norilsk nickel, I bought it down here quite a bit. Bought it in the hypothetical portfolio for this channel. I bought it in my regular portfolio myself. I even bought it down here on this bullish engulfing. And look at this, bullish engulfing, pull higher. Bullish engulfing, pull higher. We pulled on up. They had an accident. This thing was ready in full breakout mode. They had an accident and it came back down. And you know what? I just had to buy it again. And then we came back up. We created a shoulder, head, shoulder, and it wants to break out here. We could see that line pull up. I think we're going to break out very soon. So Norilsk nickel looks good on the short-term basis. Long-term looks fantastic. Please give me some Norilsk nickel. Here's the resistance line. We were coming across. We're like, we don't know where to go. Let's go higher. We broke out, back tested, came out, back tested, and now we're gone. We're gone. Here's the line that it's creating, and we're going to break to the upside, and this thing's going to be putting good amounts of money, hopefully, in the account that I have it in. So that's looking good. Glencore. Glencore's looking good. We're in this upward, we're in an uptrend. It's above the 50-day. It's looking fantastic. On a big long-term perspective, we hit our head on the long-term downtrend, or resistance line, I should say. We've got massive movements, hit its head. It's probably going to do one of these little U-cup-shaped bowl things, or they go sideways, and then we'll break. Glencore's got to break. It's got to break to the upside. That's kind of my opinion. What they sell, a lot of copper, and when copper is getting heated up, it's heated up, I think we're going to break highs. So Glencore's a good one to look into. Southern Copper, another copper company. We're kind of going across here, meandering around, bounced off this resistance line, or support line, I should say. Is this thing going to break down or go up? I'm not 100% sure. Let's look at the long term. Long term, it could break down and retest. It could. So this is a big, usually what happens is we break out, they kind of go sideways. Sometimes they back test or retest, depending on how you want to call it. We might retest and then just, boom, bonsai higher. So that looks good. Freeport-McMoRan going on up. It's in an uptrend. Everything looks good. Looking at the long-term perspective, we broke its big long-term chart pattern to the upside. It could backtest or retest and then move higher. This thing has a massive move from $5 at the low all the way up to 42. It has gone vertical. We could see some consolidation moving sideways for a little bit or do a little backtest here. Nothing to worry about. Anglo American Platinum, another very large diversified mining company. I do own a little bit in it. It is coming back down. I'd like to see this thing kind of base out, and I'll probably be a buyer in ANGPY when it kind of turns back up. Now, we've got this big chart pattern. It's this bowl-shaped one. And these bowl-shaped ones, they can move quite a bit on this other side here. So if we see a very large move in precious metals, Anglo over here has got a bunch of PGMs. So they also have some copper. They've got some other stuff. They've got a large amount of metals that I really like. So ANGPY, I think that's going to be a good one to look into. It's probably going to be turning here very shortly. I might add a little bit in just to get a little bit more. So these companies, I own a bunch of them. They are my kind of Like these are the companies that are my diversified mining companies. These are the ones that I know will move up in a commodity bull market. That's why I hold so much of it. Some of them have uranium in there, like Rio Tinto, BHP. They've got some uranium. And you know what? If we have a uranium bull market, if we got a bull market in copper, if we got a bull market in iron ore, which we are going to have, I think, these are all going to kill it. I mean, they pay dividends. They're going to pay you bigger dividends. They're just going to keep throwing money in your account. You know what? I got to accept that. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to roll with it. And if they're breaking these big, large big downtrend patterns or patterns that we've got, and they're all breaking them to the upside, these are launching pads for the next 10 years. That's my viewpoint on it. Real estate supports it. Inflation supports it. And I think we're going to get higher interest rates, which means money's going to rotate into these guys. These are the big boys. This is where the money's going to rotate into. So I have got big money on big boys with the big boy money coming into these companies. If you guys like these companies, do some further research for yourself. See if you like them. Figure out what you want to do. I like these very much. Give me a thumbs up for the presentation if you guys like it. And if you guys like this type of analysis, definitely click subscribe. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.